My name is Marion Gathitu, married to Dennis Gathitu for the past 4.5 years, and we're blessed with one child who is Mutogi Gathitu.
They called me Dennis. I'm Mr. Gathitu, and I am the husband to this woman. In Kikuyu, Mugara Idoshiakwa. Yeah, this is my woman. And we also run a company together, that's Heroes Africa, and we specialize on B2B travel arrangements to different travel companies here in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all over Africa, Botswana and all that. We major in UAE, and we have our own setup also in Dubai, and I'm very, very fortunate to have her as a friend, a wife, a mother to my children, plus a partner. The first time I saw this lady was we schooled in the same college, that's Kenya Utalii College, and I was a second year and she was a first year. I saw her while I was walking, I think I saw her in the dining hall or something. Sure. What I noticed was her hair, and she didn't have any makeup. So that is something which pulled me to her. Then the next time I saw the lady, she was in front of church singing, and I'm saying to myself, this one is different.
I was always seeing him in school, but I'd not really taken keen interest in him. One thing that I could say, he's a sharp dresser. And I remember where we were seated when I saw him, he had a coat and a black turtleneck. Amazingly, I always tell him, that day I saw him, I knew this man will be my husband. I knew. So the rest I left it to God to just pray about it, because we were so young, but I could feel he is my rib, and I thank God for having reached us to this level that we are. It has not been easy. As you know, in relationships, there have been ups and downs. There's a time he went out of the country for about 4.5 years, 4 or 5 years thereabout. And he came back and still found me. And I give God thanks for him. I was attracted to him. But I don't know whether we can say it's the background of women. You never just show it. So yes, I played hard to get for some time. And I remember there's a time he even gave me some music for Joe. He put it on a CD, because I remember the first time when he approached me, I told him I was already taken. And I remember there's a song there's one song that Joe has sung is "Why Are All the Good Girls Taken Away?" It was the first time I heard it. and I found it very romantic of him, because he could even just buy some bread of about 10 shillings and we could share with tea. One of the evenings, you know how college life is, and that was us. Now we are sharing a meal in the house. I will not remember the past.
I remember the first date was this. We went. She was annoyed at me, and I took her to some place in Kiambu Road where they have banana rides. I don't know what it's called. So I thought it's fun and it's going to be okay, and I will get her. Now the only thing, we went on a banana ride, and when it goes up this side, she was screaming, and then by the time it got down and it was finished, she was more annoyed at me, and I had school, back to college, and she didn't talk to me. Like I went to threaten or play with her life. So, yeah.
First of all, Dennis is one person who stands on his word. If he says he will do something, he will surely do it. If he does not, he will explain to you why he has not done it. So those were things that really attracted me to him because he's honest. And even when he does something wrong, he will face me and tell me, I did 1, 2, 3. So even though it's a wrong thing, we will sit and say, okay, we went down on this. So how am I to bring him up without really pulling him so much down? So I will not really give one instant or situation that brought in like a turnaround, because above all, Dennis is my friend. We've been through a lot in terms of friendship, and one thing that made me know that I'm the one, because you know at times you feel maybe this guy is dating a lot of people. When our sister passed on, the sister, and at that time when the news came to him, he didn't want to see anyone. He just said, I want to be, they called me Shiko by then. So he just said, I want to be with Shiko. And we went to a place quiet, and he didn't talk to me. He didn't say anything. He just held my hand. At that time, I felt I'm the only support he needed. I felt that even in this circumstance, because all of us know what death can do to you, but at that lowest moment, he needed me by his side. It was really strong. I felt it. Yeah, maybe he does not know. Maybe I've never even told him. Maybe he's hearing this for the first time.
Making an honest woman out of her, maybe it's the other way around. She was already straight. I was the one who was crazy. She was the Catholic Association chair lady. I used to do business while still in college, so basically I was all over. So she was the one who used to make me come down, don't do this, it's not bad, it's not right. So she was like my big sister, who is also my girlfriend, who's also so she could tell me, okay, don't do this, this is not good. Okay. And I could listen to her. Now, or the rest of the gang would be, let's go out, let's party, and that kind of thing. So her would be, let's go to church. And maybe I think that's the time I realized you was the one. She changed me. I was bad.
When Dennis left to Dubai, we left as friends, not as girlfriend, boyfriend. And I was free, he was free. So each one of us dated. But there's one thing that I'll be so honest to myself. How I felt in my heart with him and how I still feel, no one could get to that point. And I had to be really honest with myself. And I remember one time, when I was sharing with my mom, and she told me, you will never be able to accommodate anyone else, not until you don't measure them up to Dennis. And it kept me thinking, is she right? Is she wrong? But I said, let life be. Let me just continue with life. But we kept on communicating. We didn't know. The future was uncertain at that very moment. I remember there's one time when we were chatting on Facebook, and he asked me, so how are you faring? I told him I'm fine. And I joked at him and I told him, I'm getting married. He told me, you're lying. He told me, you're lying and I'm the one to marry you. At this time I'm wondering, you're telling me you're the one to marry me and we are not communicating. We are communicating, hi, yes, yes. How are you keeping? Just that, but not in a love setup kind of relationship. And I loved his faith. You know, at that time even, you know, each and every girl needs this, you know, man who is very strong saying, no, I'm your husband. So, okay, I felt okay. And I knew I'm lying even when I'm saying I'm getting married. Thinking he knew me. So, yes, fast forward, he came. And immediately he came, we knew this is what we wanted for each other. And now that we can remember, our first date was in K1. Now, when he came back, and we did not waste any other time, because at that time we were both mature, and we were feeling this is what has been missing from each other. And yeah, I'm glad I made this decision anyway.
There's that song by Luther Vandross. I told you I'm a singer, yeah? That song by Luther Vandross, whereby they say I thought some time alone is what we really needed. You know the song. So apparently it turned out really well. Nobody could match up with you, especially you care inside and your hair. They all had other human hairs all over, and I love your natural hair. Anyway, so yeah, and I thought our kids would look beautiful.
Now the proposal. Basically, I did not see it coming, but I knew he's a romantic guy, so I knew maybe in a way or another he'll do something. And I know he's a crazy guy, so, and he did a crazy proposal. We went to Greenspan Mall. We were with some kids around, my brother and a friend of ours. So when we were there, Dennis excused himself. He left with our nephew, that's Aiden. So when coming back, he went down on his knees before even the food came. But now the funny part is this: I did not even say yes because our nephew took the ring.
So that day we had a total of 6 children. I saw a shop for jewelry, and I just entered. I asked how much is the ring. They told me the amount, and I'm like, okay, give me. So they gave me the ring, and so the only my nephew was very young, so he doesn't understand. But Kusha was a little bit old, so she understood. She's a girl, so he's like, "You buying for Auntie Marion?" I'm like, maybe not. So we went to where she was seated. She's still with the other kids, and having lunch. Then I just went down, and now Aiden is the one who he picked it. Said it's mine, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, now it's a flop. It's not working. And it happened. That's how it happened.
And you touch me, and I'm like,
My wedding. I call it her wedding. She knew exactly what she wanted for her wedding. Myself, I'm that kind of a guy. I think even if you'd have told me no wedding, it would have been okay. Her, she knew exactly to the dots, whatever. Hey, this is where we're getting this. So, sorry to say, I was on the meetings, everything, I was there, but I was one of the attendees. Because she knew everything. There's nothing she didn't know, to the point of where everything planned. So basically, for me, the issue was just attend. It's our wedding. You just say yes and done. Even to the design of the ring, she knew.
Our wedding was a beautiful wedding, and just as he says,
yes, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, really beautiful. My mom cried. She was really happy, and my dad was like, "Ula."
Yes, our dad cried too. Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding, and thank you so much for agreeing to give me a wedding. As he says, I knew what I wanted, and having been here and being in a lot of meetings and loving weddings, I love functions. I already had like a mindset of what I wanted. Not that everything went in line with what I wanted, but at least 3/4 of what I wanted I was given.
Can I remind you something? She took me to a construction site, made me wear a hat.
Yes, we went to Radisson Blue for our photo shoot.
For the photo shoot.
Yes, but do you know why? What it meant is we are starting our foundation from nothing, and we are building each other up, not going to some place that is so good. No, we are starting from a level of foundation.
It was a metaphor
that you've known today.
That I've known today. So
thank you so much.
I've always wondered, what was this thing for?
Yes. I just wanted to be different. In fact, even the engineer of that site could not understand what I wanted, so he did not even charge me anything. It was free. You see how good ideas are free. Initially, our wedding, first of all, was on a Friday, was on 2nd of May. So we knew being on a Friday, we will not get so many people shock on us. Over 1,000 people came. So we are getting to the reception, we are finding people standing. So I'm wondering, we had asked for like 700 seats. Where are the seats now? Okay, leave that. Our own bridal team did not eat because they could not eat when people have not eaten. The best thing is during our photo session, we had like a mini cocktail. That's what they ate. I came to know later because they also hid it from us. We ate, just for the photos and all that, but our bridal team did not eat. So that still shocks me, because there are people I still meet and they remember that they did not eat during my wedding. But we thank God. It can never always be 100%. At least the things that we wanted went well, and for me it was beautiful. It was beautiful. We had good support from our friends, family. Our committee was super. We always thank God for them, because they knew what we wanted and they actualized it. So yes, and our evening party was in Naivasha. So you can imagine, we finished the wedding and by 6 we all went to Naivasha. We went to Great Rift. So it was a beautiful wedding.
Oh, yes, it went really well, except the dancing part. They told us to dance, and I have 2 left feet.
Very true.
So but yeah. Otherwise everything was, touch wood, very good.
So for our honeymoon, we just fueled our car and we traveled. We went to Embu, we went to Meru, we passed by Isiolo, where the fuel was cutting or where we felt tired. We could just sleep in whatever hotel that we want.
She's adventurous, and then she told me, now what to do is we don't really know Kenya very well, so let's just go and see Kenya. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So we went around Kenya for a week, and we came back and
there's something we are forgetting. Even on the day of our wedding, he woke up to work that very morning. So even during our honeymoon, he was still working. So it has never really been
Portugal.
Portugal, you worked. You worked each and every morning, Dennis. Okay. Yes. He's always on his phone, have these clients been picked, these visas. That's Dennis. That's Dennis. And I've learned to cope up with that. Yes, and I'm happy. And I understand him. Yeah. We work in 2 different departments. Basically I report to him at work. And having worked in a corporate setup before, I came into this business with a mindset, if I may so say, that I have to differentiate home and work, and this has made me flow into this very easily. Though at times, yes, it's not easy because, you know, in relationships and in marriages, at home you may have quarreled over anything, and now you coming to work, and you know, men will never remember such things. But for me, women, we are emotional beings, so there are times I'll bring it, but he has taught me to differentiate the two, and this has made it so easy for me, and I can also say it has made me a better woman in this career.
It's challenging, especially when I'm trying to tell her this is how we should do things, and she is telling me we should do this. But as men think we are right, and most of the time we are, aren't we?
Sometimes.
However, yeah, it makes the relationship more deep, to say the least. And other than saying, seeing each other every day is actually something very nice. And we have grown each other in terms of having somebody to have your back when you're really on your low moments in business, and encourage you. We can do it, and gives you ideas in regards to how to solve a certain problem or issues that are there, and it's a blessing. As I said, my wife, it's good to have you as a partner, as my woman. Well, my dad, I know, wanted to see a grandson. I think you decided, or did I? Or was it a mistake? Or was it planned? What happened is, she told me she's pregnant. I didn't know.
I knew 2015 was our year to get a baby, if God blesses us. Because with children, you never plan, it's God who blesses. And he was okay. I remember even during one of our counseling sessions that we went, and again, you're hearing this for the first time, and I remember the counselor asking him, what if Marion does not give you children? What will you do? Do you remember what you answered?
Yeah, I said, it's okay, I love her. I think that's what I said.
You said, I've not married her for children. And it really encouraged me that if what he's saying is what will be put into action, then there are very good men on this world, in this world, sorry, and I thank God. Anyway, when I felt this is the right time for us, and at times, you know, as men, at times they need to be led, because if you wait for them, we will wait. So yeah, I felt it's the right time. Yes, we got a baby.
So I didn't know this. Can you please repeat yourself?
Yes, I felt it's the right time. We got a baby. And he is a joy. Mutugi is a joy. During my entire pregnancy, Dennis was so supportive of me. He was my pillar, he was my stronghold, he was my friend, he was my craving. And I think it's the worst craving he ever saw, because all my eyes needed was to see him. Our friends called Dennis Mr. Dan, because anything I needed at that time, Dan, just give her, just give her. I felt like a queen, even in the situation I was in. And I remember Dennis loves gifting so much. Even on that day when I got a baby, he brought me some orange pair. You remember the shoes he brought me? Yeah, some orthopedic shoes. Oh. I think, I don't know who advised him to buy me comfortable shoes because of my back, because I did a CS. And but I appreciate even the little things. They count. Thank you.
Man, I have to tell you one thing. these beautiful women we have around on earth, they come from Mars and we are from Earth. And the one thing you have to understand is that they're different from us. They're more emotional than us. So sometimes they'll be telling you so many things which you have to just absorb, if I was to use that word. And the only thing that they need is just love. If you love your woman, you get back everything that you need. You just love. She'll respect you. She'll give you what you need. So, I think it's just love, and show her gratitude for waking up in the morning, 5 a.m. If she does wake up at 5 a.m. to go make for you breakfast, so you say you show gratitude for that. Probably making sure that your clothes are ironed or whatever. So gratitude and love, and then you get everything. And they're blessings. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. I think, and obtains favor from God. And if I would have to choose again, I'll still choose you.
Thank you. When dating, life is really rosy. And the kind of mindset you think is, this is the same thing that will happen even in marriage. There are times you will just be there, you don't even talk to each other. There will be high moments and lows. But always remember that this is a lifetime commitment, and it's a covenant that you made between yourself, your husband, and God. So, and it's a triangle. So none of you can move out, because the vow you took is until death do you part. So, and with prayer, be persistent. You have to pray. It's one of the strongest pillars that I hold on to, because the generation that we are in right now, we think that the lives, and that's why we always say our marriages are not the same as what our parents went through. But for them, it's because they took time to really pray for their marriages and for their families. For us, at times we want them to be like microwave. Today, I want him to say sorry like now. And at times, it takes you to say that sorry for him to also calm down. So at times you even say sorry for things that you've not done. And with that, one thing Dennis has taught me is, even when you apologize for things that you've not done, does not make you a lesser person. And it has made me a strong person. And I will not borrow his words. I can just echo what he has said. Once you respect your husband, he will love you. He will love you. And continue praying. And I love you too. And if I was to choose again, I'll still choose you.
The only thing we have agreed, next time you're getting babies, you consult.
Sure. Yeah.
Light touch.
Yeah.